Well, here we are, Eagle City Creek in Idaho. Not too bad. So we just brought out some of the basics. It's been a few hours here before we got to get back on the road to get to Montana. So, different looking gravel than I'm used to seeing, obviously. That's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll just start picking away and see what we can find and get the sluice set up. Some decent water, run some classifications. But at least on the way down here, we met somebody that says, yeah, found a nice little gold nugget. So let's hope that's what I find too. It's beautiful country here. All right, let's get started.
You can see rocks like that at home.
Well, after one bucket, you see quite a bit of fine pieces sitting in there. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a few pieces. I don't have a huge amount of flow, so it's taking forever to run through this stuff. But there's some gold in here. So we got one more bucket to run, and then we got to get out of here and get on the road, because we got about another 4.5 hour drive just to get there in time to meet with Alan. Alrighty, let's get through the rest of this other bucket and we'll do a clean out. Well, I don't really see anything right off the bat. Well, no, I'll take it back. There's a piece there. Alright. Right there. Actually, it's quite a bit more black sand than I was expecting. Looking at the terrain around here, but yeah, let's get her cleaned up. Wow. That's a lot of sand underneath there. see what 2 buckets I brought in. Let's pan it out. Alright, well, it's some fine gold, no big pieces, but I'm going to set this down here. Gold all throughout. It's all fine, but it's all throughout. So I'll just take this back to the hotel tonight and do a slow panning of it all and show you what it looks like. But I got to get out of here and hit the road. So pretty cool though. Not bad. Fine gold like I find at home, but it's very tough to pan out. Takes time. So okay, let's pause the video here for a little history, which is really cool. As we were leaving the mining camp, the really nice owners knew that we were heading to Montana and told us to take a left out of their area, and that'll take us down into Montana. It's such a beautiful drive, and there's some good food along the way. So I took his advice, and as we were pulling out and running down the road, we noticed that the tailings piles on the sides of the roads were as huge as a house, and they went for miles and miles. So about 6 miles of running along these tailings, we ran across this bedroom gold mine bar, and they were serving food and lunch at the time, and we were hungry, so we went in. As we went in and sat down and came up with a conversation with the owner, he explained to me that those were dredge piles from the 1920s, and they went all the way up into this bar, which was back then a bakery. That bakery, the owner owned it, had a bedroom in the back. As the dredge came up to the guy's house and said that he hit the mother lode, he let him know. What's the miner do? The miner actually pulls up his wooden bedroom floor and starts digging a hole down into the ground. And he ended up finding a whole bunch of gold, including an 8-ounce nugget. So that's how this place became the bedroom gold mine bar. So stop by if you're ever in the area. The food was some of the best food I ever ate on this road trip.
Well, thank you, Alan, for inviting me to a glorious, liquid sunshine kind of day.
Oh, isn't it just wonderful?
It's the middle of June, and it's just raining and 55 degrees at best.
You feel like you was at the beach, huh?
Oh, I feel like I was at the beach, yes.
I'm glad we can make you feel right at home.
Yeah. The weather wasn't any different from Washington than here.
No.
The whole way here through Idaho, it was just nothing but rain, rain, and more rain.
Yep.
So
Tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit.
yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to that. So this is Alan's homemade trommel bucket system. Absolutely unbelievable. Homemade.
It works.
It works. There's no doubt about it. And he's using his silicone mats all the way through into his setup. So I'm not that handy, so I spend money and buy my own. Which seems to be working out pretty well. Pretty clay stuff. I gotta stop and clean out my Bilge Pump every once in a while. And it looks like I need to do that. Got the wife working hard while I'm standing around supervising. Yeah, we need to stop, pull the pump, clean it out again. It's getting clogged up too much. Not enough water flow. So we're gonna be out here for the day, running through some old tailings that have been moved from the creek down below. They've been moved up here because they have a bridge they're putting in here, so they had to clear all this out of here. So this whole tailings pile is directly from the creek. So it's got a mixture of clay in it. It's pretty nasty stuff, but Alan says there's some fine gold in this, so we're gonna look for it. Anyways, we're gonna stop and get this cleaned out and run some more. There's the pile I've been working on. Came up to the top here, working down below here. I'm gonna see if I can at least spend the day taking out this mound here. Hey babe, you wanna move that big rock for me?
Yeah, I'm on it.
You're on it, all right. Well, I got mud on my face. Big disgrace. Pump is pulling me out of this place. Pump took a crap, so I'm down to one pump. I gotta save that tomorrow because I'm looking forward to tomorrow being the day that I want to save it for. Because this stuff is just nasty. Nasty Montana clay. I mean, I've seen it on his videos, but get your hands involved in it and you realize it ain't a Bilge Pump friendly. So I'm packing up. I will take the dirt that I do have in the bucket and run it down to the creek and see what kind of gold we got out of it. But until then, I will show you what that looks like. But I am looking forward to tomorrow. So I appreciate both Alan and Dixie showing us a way around here. It's definitely beautiful country with a really, really dirty truck. Boy, that's some thick clay. I didn't get to run much, but I suspect there'll be a little bit of gold in here. Alright, let me pan this down and show you what I got. Well, not a whole lot. That's what we're looking at right there. Not a whole lot. So, those easy diggings, but usually when something's easy, you don't get the same results as in the gold count. So, usually the saying is the harder you work, the more gold you're going to get. But, beautiful, beautiful. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like it's moving very fast, but it's pretty powerful, especially right there. Yeah. So all this was rerouted for the bull trout fish. Used to be the bridge that comes from there across to that road there. So they built this channel for the bull trout fish habitat. Who actually owns this mine? What a great guy. I mean, the stories that come from him so far, I've been here for an hour, it's just been awesome. So a lot of history is here. We're here to look for some sapphires, Montana sapphires, and later on in the day we're going to be digging for some gold. He was able to take off a lot of the overburden and just left a little bit, about a foot down there, of dirt and bedrock. So we're gonna get all the way down to the bedrock and have some fun doing that. Started here with some sapphires. We're gonna go through some sifting, and we got everyone here with us. Alan, Dixie, my wife, and there's Bruce there and his wife. Very nice folks. All right, how to find sapphires. Let's watch the expert.
Okay, shake away.
Shake away. Whoa!
Well, that didn't work out so well.
And I got it all on film.
Great, awesome. Thanks, babe. Whoa, she got out of control. Too fast, a dead man's curve.
Who knows? Could have been a big sapphire that you just dropped on the ground.
Hopefully not.
I'll just grab a shovel and.
Well, we'll just grab it and throw it back in.
Yeah. So, 3 classifications to get it all down. And you tend to dump the top one after you do your inspection, and then the rest. 2 classifications that go into 2 separate buckets. And then they bring them over here to this jig. There's 1 bucket already. And they'll toss it in there, and that will pump itself up, and all the heavy sapphires will drop down to the bottom. And then once it's all done, you'll take the tray out, and then you bring it over to a table, and then you dump it, and all the sapphires will be usually on top because they sunk down on the bottom. And then you just take it and just sift through and pull out your sapphires. And they came in all kinds of different colors. So we already found a few of them already. All right, we are heading down to set up our equipment while the ladies are going through all the sifting of the rocks. So we get our equipment set up to do a little gold mining. Okay, we are all set. Ladies are still going through all their sapphires. Me and Alan got our setups done, and we're gonna run some topsoil down to the bedrock. And that's what the bedrock looks like. So we're gonna run through all that, take the top layer off, run it, and see how we do. Hopefully do a little bit more better than yesterday.
That's not gonna change much.
No, and we stay a little drier.
Yes.
And not as muddy. Okay, the ladies went through and got everything sifted down. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buckets. Oh no, we got more over here. Well, these ladies worked hard and went through, and
Yes, they did work very hard.
very hard. So now we got to start working hard, because these buckets probably weigh about 50, 60 pounds. And we're gonna run them through the jig and let the jig do the work for us, and we'll see what kind of sapphires we can pick out and find.
To the bottom. You feel it rotate it and sucking all the sapphires down to the bottom with the steam there.
find the other half. That was all granite. That's quartz.
Okay, so we ran through all those buckets there, and Alan's gonna show us how to
Tear it all apart.
tear it
with the
apart.
sapphire.
Yep.
It's just kind of like a
Usually not too bad.
It's not like the cord.
Well, there are a lot of people. And there's this one huge, like motorhome thing. Like,
I didn't need you with me because remember I'm the gal that the guy went and put weird stuff on my face and told me to stop and Alan Robertson had to do out there to the dog rescuers. Because you know I didn't like to be rude.
ready? Okay.
Grab my camera, Dix.
Yes,
Here we
darling.
go.
This always happens when like I'm running the camera and the big stones are on top. Every darn time.
Hey, ready?
Muscles.
Perfect.
Oh, lots of them.
Lots of hematite in this stuff. Oh, you already
Oh, I
spotted
see a
one.
nice one. Oh, I do. It's on this end, though.
No, you just not sure.
I know. I have to.
Yeah, I see it.
On this end.
That it?
Oh boy,
Did I find it?
right here.
Oh,
my
boy.
God.
Look at that.
off the end.
Right
yeah.
there.
Oh, look at that.
I would see I'm
Wow.
not recording.
Yeah, you're gonna want to check all your edges.
I see
Okay,
a
Wendy.
couple of them peppered in.
Show it.
Get that one. That's a dandy.
It's not recording. Hold it.
That's a dandy.
That's a dandy. That's
Nice.
a good one. Yay!
I'm surprised there's so much hematite.
Okay.
Good.
Do I get to stop now?
Here.
That was a good digging.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I see one right there.
I do too. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go?
Oh, it's sinking.
My tweezers.
Right here.
There's two.
Oh, there's two.
Don't sink.
Oh, Alan's pretty weird.
Here.
There's some more.
Oh, that's a pretty one, yeah.
These are pointies.
Oh, a nice snag.
There. Okay.
Now this piece of iron looks different than the rest of them. You know, that looks burnt, like that's a piece of a meteorite.
This is so much fun.
Sometimes think that that's a good chance that that's a piece of a meteorite that came down.
Oh,
You can see
where's
it's
the
different.
Shale?
It's not shale. This one here is different than the rest
Well, there's
of these
one right in
hematites.
here, but it's sunk.
What? Did you lose it?
Lost it.
Right there.
That's not the one I was looking at. Oh!
Maybe you need a finer point.
I think I do. Not
Oh,
grabbing.
did you find a garnet? Yeah.
No.
Look at the garnet.
Nice.
See how I changed the
that?
angle of that surface? That little bit?
Yeah, that's one of those little sea urchin things.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
See? Well, it is, but it's not the crown jewel. Look at that one shining there.
Sorry, you weren't fast enough.
But there's one right beside it, too.
Oh, yeah,
Kind
there's
of-
one right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a pretty one.
Well, the more gemmy, the better.
Yeah.
A little sunshine on them sure helps, too.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Never mind.
That one's a pretty color.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah.
I'm just over here picking like a thing. Oh, there's a good garnet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
nice.
one.
That's good.
I think you're getting my eye trained.
Yeah. Careful.
It's gonna pop out. Seen that movie too.
Seen that movie.
All right.
Yeah, lots of.
Looks like you guys are.
They're
Lots
gonna
of
go
hematite.
when they're
Look at
done
all
here. They're gonna go over there. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Those are like little BB balls. What the heck?
Oh, I
Wow.
want those. I wonder if I can go and drill through those and make
Are
beads.
they heavy?
Oh, look,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
heavy in the bottom.
Yeah, they got some weight.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There's all
Yeah.
kinds of them.
Yeah, some
Huh.
of them are just really strange too. Look at that one. That's like a berry.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Hunting. They're still finishing up. Me and Alan are heading down to go run some dirt. Let's go get it. Okay, so I'm digging down here into all this broken bedrock here. Shoving that buckets at a time. Running through the gold hog.
We're all set up doing gold now. Y'all will stay up here with $5.
Here's something you don't see every day. As I'm digging down to the bedrock here. But look at the clay. Purple. You ever seen purple clay before? Neither have I. That's just weird. Never seen that before. But this is rusty, sandy, all the way down to the bedrock. That's bedrock right there. So we're just running everything above the bedrock. And I'm telling you, that purple clay is really cool looking. So all right, so I'm down to the red here, and then underneath it gets down to the bedrock. And I don't know if I can get that piece out, but it basically just stops. So no need to dig any further. But have you ever seen purple clay before? Look at that. That's deteriorated purple rock. There's a few pieces of this purple rock hanging around here too. But yeah, interesting stuff. Well, there's my hole I dug. I think I ran about 12, 13 buckets through here. I'd love to show you gold in the map, but that's going to be near impossible. So, I'll clean her out. I don't think I'll have time to clean it up tonight. I'll have to wait till I get back home. and do it then. Here is my cons, and I'm gonna run them through a 1/8 classification, and then I'm gonna eventually run whatever falls down in there through a 20 classification. That way I have 3 different separate classifications to pan out, but at the same time look for some more sapphires and everything else that comes along with it. So we're gonna do that in 3 stages, and I'll show you what each stage has come about. Okay, so the wife's already gone through the plus 1/8, and boom, already found. I dug those up. So, and then there is the plus 20 minus 1/8, and she'll go through that. And I told her to keep her eyes out for possibly some gold nuggies. The minus 20, so that I will pan out, or I'll run. I think I'm just going to run that through a cleanup sluice just to make it easier, because that's a whole lot of panning of minus 20. Well, that's all she found, and looking at it a little closer, and then the GoPro's not going to show it, but to me it looks like just a bunch of quartz and possibly agates are in there, but I don't see any sapphire, so we're just gonna call that quartz. Okay, so I got the cleanup sluice ready to go. I have it set at 6 degrees angle, and I have, in my opinion, the precise water flow control using the Bilge Pump Speed Controller. So again, don't have to use any of the release valves or the reducer valves that is provided with the multi-sluice. So this thing works so good. Alright, let's run through this stuff, and I'm just gonna rerun the tailings from that pan, rerun those, and then run all that. And we'll see what it's like, because I'm all done. This brings all my cons down to 2 tablespoons, which was in that and that. So let's get started. Okay, so done running through all that. See a little bit of gold. I'm sure you can see it too. Not too bad, actually. Little piece up there. Bam. So we got ourselves a little bit of a pile there. But yeah. Not bad for 12 buckets unclassified. Jeez. If I started in the middle of the day, I could probably run triple that. Alright, let's get this in a pan and see what it looks like. Okay, so there's my super cons finalized down. It's a little more than 2 tablespoons, but I'll pan that down and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I got that all panned down, and that's what I got. Not bad. That's 12 buckets, unclassified material. And I was running about 4 buckets in about 5 minutes. We didn't have a whole lot of time down there, but this was towards the end of the day. We were tired for doing the sapphires up above there, but hey, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So let me get all my gold together from this road trip. We'll get the sapphires in here so you can see what we got there, and the fossils. Okay, so let's show and tell. Let's start off with the sea creatures that are fossiled. You have to understand that we were basically digging on an old ocean bed way up in the mountains millions of years ago. So you're going to find these kinds of things along with it, which is just way cool. It's like a rock. But up in the mine, they've actually found huge size clams in feet up there. So it's really cool, really interesting to see all the stuff that comes out of there. And then these strange things, that on the right is an oyster, part of an oyster shell. And then those cube things. They're very light. I don't know what they are, but this reminds me of pyrite cube, but it's a really light rock. So I'm not sure about that, or what those are called. And on to the sapphires. Some beautiful colors there. A few of them are just like really clear, like that one there is really clear. And those are the little ones that we got from there. And then we'll go over to the bigger ones. Now, I'm not sure if that is actually a sapphire. I'm not sure if that's a sapphire. To me, it looks like amber or agate, and those two could have been that. Let's see if I can get a little closer view. But these two are definitely sapphires, and that was the one that the owner of the mine spotted right off the bat and said that one is a gem. So it's hard to see in this light here, but it's a green, kind of dark green color. And let's just see what it weighs. So it's on carats. Let's get a better lighting. 3.7 carat sapphire. The sapphires are actually more dense than a diamond. So let's see what this orange one weighs. 4.8. That's an agate, or if it's a sapphire, that's good size. And this big guy here. Now we got a little water on the scale, but take in consideration a little bit of water. Well, 10.5. Whatever that is. Whoops. Alright, so those are the pieces there. That was so much fun to do. I mean, just if you're going to experience it, it's definitely once you want to try one time. Finding your own sapphires. Okay, now on to the gold total for the entire trip. That's what I'm looking at. Got some chunky pieces there on the right. Lots of finds throughout, but had a blast. Didn't spend too much time digging for gold, but it was just nice being in a different state and different areas digging for it. So I appreciate everyone watching, and until the next video, please like, subscribe, and share this, and I do read your comments.